What would you like to say to your boys?
I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. Right now, I don't want them to see me as an alcoholic.
Why not? Why not?
Because I'm ashamed.
What are you ashamed of?
Because I'm an alcoholic, and I don't want them to be alcoholics like me. Just watching me drinking you.
Irwin volunteers to change the beds here 3 times a week. He says it helps pass the time between drinks. Well, it's that time again, so Irwin joins the crowd headed to the pour downstairs.
It's Mr. Moist.
Hi, I'm Mark from CBC. John, nice to meet you. We're just shooting a little documentary here.
His birthday today.
Your birthday today. Happy birthday, sir. 73 years old.
You ran the Terry Fox run.
I walk.
The walk and run.
Fantastic. Good for you.
Yes.
Irwin says he doesn't need this drink, but he certainly won't pass it up.
How's that feel?
I like shirt better.
Sure. So, when you have a drink like this, what difference does it make for you?
You just take it off the edge. That's what it is. You don't get drunk off of it.
No.
No.
But you'll have a drink, so, and then you're going to get back to what you have to do. You just take a little break with the drink?
Yeah. I think about a drink. Tuck it back, get ready, and get back, go back to work.
What's your cup, Sonny?
You drink?
I do.
Wine probably.
Yeah, a little wine once in a while.
Beer?
Beer once in a while. Yeah. Just once in a while, though.
Yeah.
But even in this landscape of loss, the residents have something to carry them through. They have each other. Mr. Moist doesn't even drink alcohol at the Oaks, but he still lines up with the others to share the bond of the poor. So why can't others wean themselves off the booze as well? Isn't the hourly poor simply enabling their addiction?
A lot of people here, they're having just about 3 bottles of wine a day. Yeah. You're a doctor. Absolutely. This is not good for anyone.
Next week, on the 5th estate, the illness overcomes me or just engulfs me. To spend in the last 5 years over $100,000 is almost unconscionable to think of that in this country. The harsh reality is there are many drugs that I won't take anymore because the high cost of them. And in this case, I guess I'm gambling.
Our job's to uncover the truth, no matter where that takes us. See what we discover here on CBC News Network.
BDC is a different kind of bank because we're the only bank devoted exclusively to entrepreneurs like Daniel. Hey, Daniel. So if you have the drive to run your own business, we're there to help you focus on what you do best. In Daniel's case, that would be bicycles. BDC, we're where you need us to be.
I'm Jonas Valentunes, big guy with a love for small things. When I'm not on board, I'm in my workshop making itty-bitty figurines. This is my real cash. My friend said maybe you should sell them. But how? I used GoDaddy to make a website. It was so easy, and the customer service, oh, always nice. Now business is booming. Check my itty-bitty ballers and go to GoDaddy.ca to see how they can help your business, just like me. Get a 1-month free trial at GoDaddy.ca.
What was it like out on the ice today?
It's so awesome. Very good. It was fun. I have a friend and he's usually always on just fell in love with hockey.
Budget meeting. Budget meeting. Sweet. Budget meeting.
Butch, if you compare last quarter to this quarter...
It's no wonder everything seems a little better with the delicious taste of filling. Made with real milk and cream. It must be the filling.
Why have your glasses fit manually when there's the LensCrafters AccuFit system, replacing basic handheld measuring tools with a digital system that's 5 times more precise?
When I went on to Ancestry, I just put in the name of my parents and my grandparents. And as soon as I did that, literally, it was like you're getting 7, 9, 10, 15 leaves that are just popping up all over the place.
It's amazing. Just with a little bit of information, you can take leaps and bounds.
It's an awesome experience.
You got 10 seconds. Time to find your ideal hotel. Just type in where you want to go. 2 clicks. You select your check-in, your checkout dates, and such. Hotel Trivago.
When did you continue to buy something after it didn't help you? Thankfully, Live Relief seems to be helping a lot of people with their aching, swollen joint pain. Some people have even sent thank you cards. Now write down Live Relief. Think live with relief. At the store, choose the blue box for swollen joint pain relief. Be delighted. Help is close in 5,256 stores across Canada.
It's about helping you.
Hockey is a very homophobic place.
Brock McGillis, former junior hockey player and gay.
I lied to everyone in my life, and I was never happy.
How he's trying to make the world of hockey a more accepting place.
Change needs to occur.
Tonight, only on The National. As winter settles in, it's survival season for Canada's most vulnerable, especially for those who live and sometimes die on the streets. Jimmy survived. His dignity didn't.
Living on the street was really rough. I spent 7 years on the street. I remember sleeping underneath a tractor trailer, and I slept underneath that trailer for about 5 months. It was horrible living like that. You can't wash, you can't change, you have nothing. It's just horrible, horrible, horrible. So like I say to anybody out there living like that, ask for help. You need to do it.
But Jimmy didn't look for help. Help found him.
So, Jimmy, do you remember when we first met?
Where most would see a wasted life, social worker Ray McEwen saw an opportunity.
I needed a place to lay my head.
Yeah.
I was beat.
Yeah.
I had enough. Thank you for saving my ass.
No problem, Jimmy. You're doing absolutely fantastic, Jimmy.
Oh, right on, Ray.
Jimmy now lives here at the Oaks residence, along with some 45 chronic alcoholics. Here, the residents can get up to 15 drinks a day. It's a groundbreaking program paid for in part by the residents themselves. Keeping the problem drinkers inside the Oaks keeps them off the city streets and out of trouble. Sergeant John Gibbons is with the Ottawa Police Service. He spent years patrolling the city's Byward Market.
3 to 4 times a shift, you're getting 3 to 4 times a shift. I was dealing with chronic alcoholics, and that could be from a fight that's taking place at the Shepherd's of Good Hope or the Mission or whatnot because of the alcohol.
When he first heard about this program that treated alcoholics with alcohol, he was floored.
At first, I was skeptical. I wasn't, well, I'll be honest, I didn't believe in it. I thought it was a mistake. But then I saw the results. The guys that I was dealing with every single day, day in, day out, weren't there. To the point, I actually thought that they had died.
And with fewer chronic drinkers out there, it means they no longer chew up a huge chunk of Ottawa's emergency services.
It was huge, huge cost savings. I haven't seen one alcoholic hiding his bottle of booze and doing nothing, except right there.
Right on cue.
Yeah. In terms of cutting down calls for service for the police, the ambulance, the fire, and most importantly, in terms of giving someone back their dignity, this program is by far and away the best program going.
Pretty strong endorsement for a police officer.
It's a very strong endorsement.
But back at the Oaks, I'm reminded this program only reduces harm. It doesn't eliminate it. Take a look at Peter. He's the youngest resident here, just 28 years old. The door is always open here, so Peter went out for a night on the streets, and it didn't end well.
I just sort of like to see the wound.
The nurse at the Oaks inspects the damage, and it runs deep.
I'll go really slow taking off the bandage, okay? Seems like you have a rough time, Peter, and you go downtown, eh?
Oh yeah, I come back with something new.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of future Peter has. After 6 years in the managed alcohol program, his life is still controlled by booze. So what's changed at the Oaks? Despite his violent night on the streets, Peter doesn't miss a beat or a drink. He's back in line for the poor.
I told you not to go downtown, you're too old for that.
His addiction is calling, and the MAP program is answering.
She is our guardian angel.
She's your guardian angel. Is that what you think?
Thanks, Peter.
If I'm to look at Peter, for example, every time I look over at like 10 minutes before the half hour, he's the first guy standing there with his cup, waiting.
Yeah.
And all it seems that he's learned from this place is now I know at what time I'm going to get my glass of wine.
So when I look at Peter, I look at somebody that was using emergency services probably on a daily basis, maybe sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. I see a success story from Peter. And Peter does have his challenges, and it's going to take a while, but I think that it might be 5 years, it might be 10 years, but we'll be able to move him out into more independent housing.
You feel confident about that?
Yeah, from where he is today and where he come from, it's a world of difference. So we just got one more world to go.
Years of drinking have badly damaged these people. So why not push harder to wean them off the drink that is slowly killing them?
But as I'm pouring this out, you know, an hour after hour, I mean, for a lot of people here, they're having just about 3 bottles of wine a day.
Yeah.
You're a doctor.
Absolutely.
This is not good for anyone. Yes, it's less than they were drinking before. But doctor, they're still drinking almost 3 bottles of wine a day, every day.
Precisely right. This is not good for anybody. And we see the consequences of that. They're drinking less than they were. But what do you do when somebody can't, or won't stop drinking? Do you then abandon them? And we don't do that in palliative care. When somebody's failed their chemotherapy, we don't say, we can't do anything for you. We say, no, we can still care for you.
When I look at some of the older residents here, I am sort of hit with the feeling that it seems to me that the program, the best they can offer is like dying with dignity here. Is that unfair?
No, I don't think that's unfair. It's very likely that the alternative for them is no dignity and dying.
Good. Let's do our next stretch. So we're going to go ear to the shoulder and hold.
I'm looking for a little hope. And then I meet Corinne. She's been at the Oaks for 6 years now.
Where would you be if you weren't here?
Yeah. I would have drank myself to death or...
She's not sober, but she has stopped going for the hourly pour.
It's been 8 months. I'm drinking the wine every hour.
And why did you decide to not drink the wine every hour?
Because I was tired of getting sick all the time. I don't miss that hourly clock. Oh, sit, go. You know, I'm standing in that long lineup.
What difference has this place made in your life?
I have my family back.
I've got mom and dad. You know, and I treasure that. I owe the shepherds my life. I do. For giving it back to me.
Sure, these are the worst of the worst, but alcohol doesn't discriminate. It devastates the lives of the poor and the privileged. Maybe that's why this program for chronic alcoholics